Hello and welcome to 2 Pints with Will and Ralf, a Swift Half. This is our highlights show. This is our best bits, Will and Ralf best bits of basically all the season.
We'll give you a bit of everything on this pod, and these are our best bits. How did you do at Christmas? Presents-wise, did you get some good presents? Anything different?
No, I gave a lot of good presents and thought I was getting a lot of expensive ones back. Didn't really work out like that.
I've made you this. No.
Yeah, it's like, I've really thought about this. You need it, don't you? In fact, do you know what I got for Christmas? Honestly, I got slippers, a dressing gown, and pyjamas. Yeah. And I was delighted with them. And as I was delighted with them, I suddenly went, oh, I got old. I got the full holy trinity of dad presents. All I needed was a fucking tie and a pair of socks, and I would have had the entire collection.
Yeah, I got the same. Well, my thing off my daughter was I got hair dye and bum lift shorts, so it makes your arse look more lifted.
Is that not? How do you feel about buying that? Having to buy that for your daughter?
She bought them for me. You daft git. I didn't buy them for her.
Why does she think you need your bum lifted?
She says, "Dad, where's your arse gone?"
You have got no arse though. It's really
I have.
Behave.
I have.
Behave.
Do you know what? When you mentioned that, I did a little clench on the chair.
I saw that.
I just did a little.
I saw you just did a self-conscious clench.
That's my New Year's resolution. When you're watching telly, just do a few clenches because apparently my arse is falling off with my age. So I've got these pants you pull on, right, and it makes your arse look more plump.
Mate.
And hair dye. So basically, going great, and I've got a saggy arse. So Merry Christmas, everyone. That was a great Christmas day.
On, wait a sec. Yeah, you're not swerving the reality of that.
What?
You've got no saggy arse. You're going great. But I've not forgotten the old spray paint on the top of the head.
Happening.
Is it still happening?
Yeah, I sprayed it yesterday.
Did you not have any plans to maybe
get it done?
Get over to Turkey and get it done.
It's not about going to Turkey. Being British Hair Clinic have said they'd do it, but the problem I've got is it's on the back of my napper, and I just think once you start with that, then it's the headaches and the sleep, and I've seen people who have it done, the front and all their forehead gets swollen, and I just think it's the same as anything. I just can't be bothered.
Just spray paint.
While the spray's working, I'm sticking with the old thickening
no good
spray.
in the rain though, is it?
Well, it's all right. You got to put a bit of lacquer on it and just run when it rains.
Somebody told me
it runs down your cheek if you don't.
The other day that they'd heard our podcast and they'd heard me taking a piss out of your what is it, mane?
They shouted at me in the street. People shouted because you mentioned it, because you found it in my bag and brought it up on the pod. Someone saw me in the village, in my local village, and went, "Have you got your spray on the back of your head, Will?" Dickheads. You.
Right. Somebody told me that a rugby player, one of the skinhead rugby players, like because he brought it up and he mentioned it, he gets free like a lifetime supply of mane.
Oh, so that's what I want. Give me some now.
It's insult to injury that you get taken the piss out of yourself for it, but they haven't even given you any freebies.
Well, they will be now. I'll be sending them this pod straight away, directly. I need more. I'm running out.
Yeah, I'm going great. I dyed my beard the other day.
Did you?
I did.
With what?
Just some whatever. Like, just went into Boots and got some, and like only literally just a few little greys here. And I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. Brush it. I was like, it's taken 15 years off me, lad.
Yeah, but the problem is, as soon as you shave, you got to do it again. You got to keep doing it, and I can't be arsed.
I know.
You got to keep. It's the same with anyone. You see people who have any surgery done, you know it's just a start. Because once you start with all that lip filler, your cheeks, you think, oh, I need that done. And it's just like I've said it before. It's
slippery
like if you get your kitchen done in your house. You think, oh, we'll just you do the kitchen.
Oh, that kitchen's nice. That looks really new.
And the rest of the house looks shit. You think, oh my God, look at the state of the rest of the house. The house looks dead modern now in the kitchen. You walk through, and the rest of the house, so you got to keep going. It's the same with having surgery. You see these people now, they have the lips done. You think, it doesn't look too bad. Next time you see them, they've got a dinghy stuck to the face. And it's too much. Everyone's having too much work done. Just be happy with what you look like.
Well, there is sometimes we like to sort of dip into being semi-serious on this pod, and there is a whole conversation to be had there. Maybe not right now, but maybe it'd be interesting to get someone in to talk about this sort of stuff because I think it's very relevant.
Well, we did it on last.
But
we went and had some evasive stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to have I'd be interested in a proper in-depth conversation about what unrealistic beauty standards look like and social media, and that's always been a thing. But there's an argument that it's worse now than ever. It's been a thing for women for a long time, but it's getting to be a thing for men now. So
what surgery and stuff and having work done? And
the nature of unrealistic beauty standards and constant being fed images on social media and in papers and whatever, constantly fed images about you're not good enough. You need to look like this. This is what you need to do. If you're not doing this, you'll get left behind. All that kind of thing. Speaking of which, Mr. You got to be careful because it's like a new fucking kitchen. What are you having done to your eyes?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Nothing yet.
What are you
Potential.
Well,
do you know what? If I was
going
to have anything done, this is the only way I would go down the road of is like stem cells. So you're using your own body to rejuvenate itself rather than putting filler in and stuff that's not good for you, and also you can't keep up with it. Is you can put stuff into your body now that actually reverses the aging effect, and you can put it in around your eyes. You can actually have it injected into your knees or whatever else. I mean, some of them don't do it in this country, but what I'm saying is, I'd be more looking at that than having, stuff pumped into my face. That I wouldn't do that because it just look. I'm saying if I was going to go down the road, that's the road I go down, and could potentially pretty soon. Because my eyes, I looked at my eyes the other day. And it was like they're disappearing to the back of my head. They're getting more sunken.
People obviously won't know this because we weren't doing it at the time. But as we sat down to do this podcast, we were in here and we were just kind of, making sure the light and everything was right. I walked in, Will was already in here, and Will was talking to our camera guys, and he was going, "So, is the light reflecting into my eyes nicely?
No, I didn't say that. I said,
is this a problem here? No, just tweak that a little bit." I came in and sat down going, "What are you doing?"
You
should see him, right? When he has to do a photo, he used to do a selfie. If a fan sees him on the street or we've done the podcast, whatever, can we have a picture? I'm like, "Of course you can. Here you go." And we have a picture, and they're always really nice. Will's like, "Yeah, I'll do a picture," but he's like, "Hey, give us your phone, turn around. You're in the wrong angle." It takes him half an hour to do per selfie. I've done 27.
I like lighting, and I like lighting and sound. I love it. Like in my house, I like to dim lights. You have candles on, sound. It's the same with anything. If I'm having a picture taken, we want us both to look good. Is there any questions that you get asked or you've been asked, or annoying questions or anything like that?
Do you have any example? I mean, I'm sure I can think of some.
I've got some.
You go first, and I'll have a think about
annoying questions to me, the ones that don't really have an answer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I know? Like, you can be in a pub or you can be out or somewhere, and then someone will come up and go, "Yeah, here's one for you." As soon as he says that, I just wanted to just leave. Yeah. And he'll go, "All right, so if a tree falls in the middle of like the forest and no one's there, does it make a noise?" Piss off is what I want to say. Who gives a shit?
Maybe that's the noise it makes.
Yeah. It says this. "Fuck off, you boring bastard." That's what it says. No, what I'm saying is them.
Do you know what questions annoy me?
Does it make a noise?
It's a good philosophical question.
It's not. It's stupid. Of course it makes a noise. Of course it does. It doesn't stop making a noise because you can't bleed near it.
All right. If there's no one around to observe something, did it ever happen?
What a load of bollocks.
Listen, somebody won a Nobel Prize for for physics for the theory that the entirety of reality is just one electron oscillating up and down across one plane of reality. Just one electron going like that, and that's all of reality. They won a Nobel Prize for that.
I don't know what you just said. I don't know what words came out of your mouth then. I saw your lips moving, but I just went, ooh. You said something along the lines of science and flopper, and proctons and ping-tongs. And my brain just had a party. There was a monkey in my head playing the cymbals like Homer Simpson. It was like being at school in science. As soon as you started waffling on.
You just said science and flopper. There we go. Join us next week for Science with Will and Ralph. That's amazing.
Science and flopple. I bet a few people out there did the same.
He's off.
Protons and neutrons.
He's off.
Picking and
I actually never said protons or neutrons.
I don't know, but that's what I imagined.
I'll tell you, and I'm sorry if anyone out there, because nobody means this. Nobody means this in an annoying way. And I am grumpy, but nobody ever means this in anything other than just being polite and interested. But often to an actor, the question, "Hey, what are you up to next? You got any work on?"
Oh my God.
It's only it's only politely asked because someone's making conversation. But you have no idea how often as an actor. I mean, me and Will have been doing this for 30 odd years, right? And we've been lucky to work pretty consistently. But there's been plenty of times when we've been asked that question, and what we've wanted to go is, "No, I fucking haven't. Thanks for bringing it up. Yeah. I don't know how I'm paying my mortgage next
I have got no work on. Yeah. Thank you very much."
And if you go, "No, I haven't really got anything on," you see people go,
"Is that it for you then?"
Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, I thought, and is that it for you then?" And the other one, this genuinely happened once, right? So when I used to live in Shepherd's Bush, I just got a new car, and it was like a big car, and I was, when we were younger, and we both used to have silly cars because we loved it, right?
Well, you're young and you do stupid shit and you buy and you get things because you're young. And
Yeah.
you should do when you're young. Enjoy it. Because when
Yeah.
you get older, you go, I don't need that anymore.
I will when we get off air. I'll tell you about the car I'm picking up on Friday, but it's a whole different conversation.
Exactly.
Right.
You haven't grown up yet.
No. So I got this big car, and I'm just picking, and the guy's just dropped it off, and he's gone, this is the engine, and he's revving the engine, and it's a little bit ostentatious. I hate people who go and rev engines like that, but he was showing me what it was like, and that was the one time it was done. Anyway, he leaves, and I'm just parking my car outside my house where it's just been engine revving or whatever. And a guy walks past. As he walks past, he was like, "Oh, I heard that engine revving. Beautiful car." I went, "Thanks, mate." And he goes, "Oh, hey, are you that lad? What's your name? Ralf? Ralf?" I went, "Yeah, I am." No, thanks, mate. Nice to meet you. He goes, "Oh, mate. Oh, big fan. And do you know what I used to love? I used to love that that 2 Pints show." I was like, "Oh, thanks, mate. That's really nice." He went, "Yeah. With that lad Will Mellor, he's doing great, isn't he?" I said, "Yeah, he is. He was doing really well. I think it was around the time you were doing Broadchurch and stuff. Right. So people were kind of for you were moving, like people had seen you and they could see that you can act because you can, but like it was one of those jobs where
they don't think if you can act if you do comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Despite the fact that it's the hardest thing.
Exactly.
Right.
If you do comedy, you're not good at it. If you do drama, you can act.
As soon as you just sort of look all sad and everything's shot in a slightly washed out grey tone, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, genius!" Right. Yeah. So I think you'd done Broadchurch and it's gone right on my head, but the brilliant police corruption thing.
Which one?
No offense.
I did. What's it called?
What is it called? This is embarrassing.
Yeah, they were still looking for him. They haven't found him. What's it called?
With
Line of Duty.
Line of Duty. That's it. So you were having like a real moment of doing a few like really like credible dramas and he's like, "Will's running," and I was like, "Yeah, he's doing really well, and he's a great actor, and he's good for him." And he said, and Sheridan Smith, she's doing really well. I was like,
see where this is going.
I was like, "Yeah, she's great, Sheridan, she's really well." And he's like, yeah. It's funny that though, isn't it? Because I don't know, I always thought you'd be the one that would make it. I mean, what do you say to that,
mate?
What
do you say? Mean to be rude.
No, it doesn't mean to be rude, but I felt like, and I think I did say, the only way I could.
But you started going, well, actually, I've done this.
What I politely said. Obviously, what I wanted to say was, I actually wanted to say, "Mate, fuck off."
Yeah, but you didn't mean it that way.
What a rude thing to say.
You didn't mean it
because
that way.
what the implication is that I'm a disappointment in your eyes. Of course, he didn't mean it that way. But I have enough of that shit with my own mother, so I don't. Right.
Have you seen what James Corden's doing?
Yeah. James Corden's been nominated for a Tony, right? So, and he said that, and I think I said something like, luckily I made a joke out of it. He said, "I always think you'd be the one that would make it," and I went, "Well, I'm not retired. There's still time."
Yeah.
But I spent the rest of the conversation thinking, all right, I want to stop talking to you. I'm feeling fucking livid. And it also, frankly, let's be honest, it taps into your own insecurities and anxieties. And part of what we do is managing those insecurities and anxieties and worrying about stuff. So anyway, those questions. And people never mean any harm by it. They're just being polite. But whenever, notes to any listeners out there, it's very rarely, and I know you're being nice, but it's very rarely a nice idea to say to
Are you not working anymore?
Yeah. Oh.
What are you doing next?
Sometimes people go, "How come you're not on telly anymore?" And I was like, somebody said this to me last year. I said, I've just finised a series of Death in Paradise.
Because they don't watch it, you see. They go, I don't watch telly.
And they go, "Oh, I don't watch that." It was like, well, that ain't my fucking problem, is it? Somebody else once went to me and they went, "You've not been on TV for years, have you?" I said, "I was in Doctor Who last night." I was in Doctor Who. Well, I mean,
I don't watch that.
I don't watch that. You've not been in anything I watch. I was like, well, a few people do. It's quite highly rated.